Hello, Aquarius. Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead. Aquarius, how are you, my smarty pantses? I hope you're well. Look, I'm going to throw down these oracles here, and we're going to get the overall energy for the week ahead. You know that already if you're my ride or die. Then we're going to throw some tarot on it and find out what else is going on for you. So, Aquarius, if you've never been here before, I'm always reading for the week ahead. For Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. So whenever you get this, today, tomorrow, or next year, it could resonate. We're not all at the same place at the same time, and it's quite possible that I may not be reading about you. Let's find out what's going on for you, Aquarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Aquarius. Tell me about Aquarius, please. Tell me about Aquarius. We've got the Temptress. Oh, very interesting here. So we've got seduction, deceit, and a broken promise. Very interesting. So it feels as though somebody here has been, or may be in the week ahead, right? Because we are reading for the week ahead. So it feels like somebody here possibly could be taken for a ride. I'm just going to say, be careful. The Temptress is here with seduction, deceit, and a broken promise. So Temptress, right? Evil Temptress, whichever it is, feminine or masculine. Card number 15 is the Devil. I'm just going to say is the Devil energy in tarot. And it does look like there is somebody who is trying to possibly get on your good side or make you believe something that may not be true. I just want you to, I'm not telling you to distrust everybody, Aquarius, but you do have a spidey sense, especially for those of you who are the Pisces crossed with Aquarius. You do have a spidey sense, and just make sure that you're aware of your surroundings, aware when you're getting into a relationship, aware when you're dating, aware this could be somebody in your family. It could be somebody that you know. And it says seduction. For some of you, it could be that somebody's trying to seduce you into their way of life, seduce you into thinking, yeah, this is what I want for myself. Deceit and broken promises. So somebody's about to break a promise here. It's a warning, it looks like. We've got the Dream. It says something is revealed. Well, this is all pointing in a certain direction, isn't it? Something is revealed, insight and a breakthrough. We've got the Moon here. And so it feels like you're probably about to let go of something. Maybe it's letting go of a dream, Aquarius. Maybe it's letting go of some sort of a dream you had. Maybe something's coming to an end. Something is being revealed, whatever it is. The Moon is here. Something is being revealed, and you will have insight. You are going to have some type of breakthrough here, friend. All right, let's find out what else is going on for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Out of all of those cards in that deck, this one is these are the ones that fell out. So should probably listen. Let's find out what's going on with Aquarius. What else do we need to know, please? For Aquarius, please, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Aquarius. We've got Milestone. No, before I say anything about that, I think that we should go on and look at this deck here, because it does feel to me like you are about to have some sort of a realization that you keep jumping into the same cycle over and over again. And I feel like, I feel, Aquarius, that you are cluing into the cycle earlier and earlier. But so let's just say what I mean by that is like maybe you were in a relationship and a certain thing happened. Look, this says seduction. It says deceit. It says breaking of a promise. You could have been in a relationship where all of those things were going on, and you could have also gotten out of that relationship, jumped into the next one, and the same thing is happening. But I think that you notice it earlier each time. So you notice it and you get out of it now instead of spending a lot of time there. We have courage. It says here that you have to have courage to, when something is revealed here, an insight or a breakthrough is coming. And I feel like you are going to have to be very courageous in order to accept what you maybe didn't see before. Because I feel like you were very careful with this one. I want to say, this friend, this date, this lover, this person you're dating possibly, I feel like you were very careful with this one. Because this person is standing in their armor, sword at the sheathed on the side, and ready to enter some sort of scary, dark place where there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Professional assistance might be needed here. We've got intuition, manifestation, and the status quo. There we go. Look, I was feeling that. I was feeling like somebody got out of a cycle, jumped into her next relationship, and is now in that same cycle, but they're haven't yet recognized that, possibly. It's not going to be for all of you. I think I'm just going to carry on with this reading and find out what else is coming up here. Tell me more about Aquarius, please. Tell me more about Aquarius. We've got a spiritual message. So I feel like it comes via a download. I feel like you're going to come to some type of a realization that there's somebody in the midst of you in your life. It feels like this spiritual message is what brings about the milestone. The milestone is, I feel like you are going to realize it before it gets too far. Some of you could be in this relationship right now, friendship, could be a member of the family. It feels like someone is trying to... And when I say it says seductor, right? Someone who's doing, what did it say? It says seduction, deceit, and broken promises. So I feel like it feels like it is someone who I feel is not with you for the right reasons, I'm going to say. And look, this is not for everybody. If you've got a healthy, good relationship going on and your Spidey sense has not been tingling, I'm not likely talking about you. But we do have card number 41. And 41 is a 5. Fives are about lack. And we do have card number 15, which is the devil. Look, it's all pointing in a certain direction. I'm just going to say we've got forgiveness. Forgive yourself for what you didn't see at the time it was happening. We do have card number 19. You're about to have some sort of a breakthrough. That's the sun, friend. So we've got the moon and the sun here. And I feel like you're about to have some sort of a breakthrough. You're about to hit some sort of a milestone. And I think the milestone is that you are about to realize that somebody here is trying to take advantage of you financially, spiritually, maybe possibly some of you romantically. We've got reproach and calm. I feel like you're going to figure it out, and I feel like you're going to approach this person in the calmest way, even when you figure it out. Having reproach for the situation. You're going to realize something here. Education is here. But I feel like it wouldn't be Aquarius reading if you didn't approach them clearly, quietly, concisely, and let them, just keep feeding them the rope. You know what I mean? Because eventually you give people enough rope, they will hang themselves, right? I don't mean that in a literal sense. You understand it's metaphorical, right? It feels like it's like when you realize what's going on, Aquarius, you're not going to say so right away. I feel like you're not going to say so right away. You're just going to let that person dig themselves a hole, I think is what you're going to do, because that's what a smarty pants would do. All right, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter. Aquarius, if you're interested in a private read, please know there is a sale on right now. 10% off all of my pre-recorded readings, any of them. Please look at the link. There is a link in the pinned comment below. You would have to go to Hypsy to book me there. Hipsy to book me there. That is the sister site of Wizio. So if you've already booked me once at Wizio, you already have a username and password for Hipsy. I'm also doing face-to-face reading now. So you can catch me face-to-face. You can catch me via phone, via text, whichever way you prefer to do that. All right. What else do we have to tell Aquarius, please? Tell me more about this situation. What else does Aquarius need to know? There's someone around you here who is trying to seduce you. And it could be with love. It could be with sexual things. It could be with money. Look, the devil is the seducer, right? We've got the Ace of Wands. I think they're trying to seduce you with fire. I feel like they're trying to keep you in their life with fire. We do have the Page of Pentacles. This could be someone who is younger than you. It could also be someone who is at the very beginning of starting to find stability in their life. For some of you, someone might be seducing you for money. So you'll give them things. Maybe you're very generous. Look, I have never met an Aquarius who was not incredibly generous. You guys, you're the people who are the humanists, right? You are the ones who are always willing to help somebody out. We've got the Four of Wands in the reverse. Tell me why the Ace of Wands is here. Four of Wands in the reverse is this is not a long-term thing, whatever you think it might be. It's not a long-term thing, and I feel like it maybe has just begun. Like it feels like with the Page of Pentacles, like we just met, or we haven't been at this very long, like we've seen each other face to face, we spend some time together. It feels like the Four of Wands tells me this is not your forever person, Aquarius. We have the Ace of Cups. So there's your seduction, my friend. Feels like somebody here is seducing you with love and passion to get whatever it is that they want from you here. Tell me about the Page of Pentacles. We've got the Knight of Wands. And we've got the Eight of Cups. So, yeah, that's what it looks like here. Look, it's all pointing that way. And I'm just not going to ignore the signs that are here. And the truth of the matter is, whomever you are in a connection with, look, it doesn't have to be love. It doesn't have to be a relationship that way. It could be a business partner. It could be someone you just met who wants to invest in your business. Look, it could be anything. Somebody is trying to seduce you with fire, excitement, creative stuff, or love, heart space stuff. It does feel like this person is someone who is the Knight of Wands. So someone who is not really giving a lot of stability, but they will be someone who does lead with passion. Somebody who likes to take risks, or somebody who is, how can I say, risque as it comes to, yeah, I'm just going to say this person's like the thirst trap. Do you know what I mean? They're using whatever God gave them to get whatever they need to get from you, is what it looks like to me. The Eight of Cups is here, and I feel like you are going to see this before it gets too far into it. Before you get too far into it, before it gets deeper, I feel like you do realize this, because you're coming to a milestone here and you're getting some sort of a spiritual message. So I feel like that spiritual message could come from a spiritual teacher. It could come from another spiritual person, but it also could come as a download here. Tell me more. We've got the Moon, and you don't see it. You might feel it, but you don't see it just yet. Things are not as they seem. So maybe your spidey senses are already tingling and you are not exactly sure about what to do from here. What else do we need to know? We've got the Five of Cups. We've got the Two of Pentacles, and we've got the Nine of Swords. You need to make a decision, but you don't know how to do that. It feels like you need to make a decision about what to do next, because it feels like you're going to come to a realization or a decision with a realization that this person should only be in your life as a friend or a colleague or a somebody who is it's pentacle energy. So somebody who you will always know in the pentacle world, but somebody who is maybe in your network or in your social group or something like that. This person, I feel, is someone who you will always keep a friendship with, but I do believe that you're about to make a decision, because the Four of Wands is in the reverse, and when it is, you're not that happy. This is not the person who makes you the happiest you've ever been. And I'm not saying that you're miserable, but I'm saying that I feel like sometimes your emotions spiral, because this person, I feel, how can I say? I don't think that they do it deliberately, but I think that whomever they are and the mirroring sort of thing that you've got going on with them, I think they trigger you a little bit. Now, it feels like they make you feel, maybe you don't feel as confident, or you don't feel as, maybe you feel like you're sort of out of control when they're around, because they are very seductive. It feels like maybe they can get things from you that other people can't, because they're using what God gave them to get what they need. And so it feels like this Ace of Cups and this Ace of Wands tells me, along with the Page of Pentacles, that this is fairly new. It feels like it's fairly new, and it feels like you already have a feeling that maybe this is not the thing that is going to make you the happiest you've ever been. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun with the thirst trap, right? It's a lot of fun, but I feel like this person is also quite immature. That they don't really have an understanding of life, that you're not always going to be able to get what you want with your body. And those things that you get with your body, your looks, whatever it is, your seduction, those things are temporary. Those things go away. So therefore, it makes the whole situation itself temporary. So I feel like you already caught it. And for those of you who are already onto it, I feel like this is where you are. I feel like you're in the Nine of Swords wondering, what do I do now? I have to make a decision to walk away because I know that this is not the person that I'm meant to be with forever. But it feels like you have some sadness going on. It's like at times it's fun. At times, we got water and fire here. And it feels like at times it's really fun. At times it's quite balanced. But I feel like there's an undertone here of somebody who I feel probably has genuine feelings for you, but there's also an undertone of somebody who's trying to lead you astray in order for them to get their own needs filled, whether it's in love, whether it's in fire, or whether it's in money or spiritually. Whatever it is, you're giving them more than they're giving you, and they're enjoying that, and they're using whatever God gave them to entice you into giving that to them. Feminine or masculine. We've got Pisces and Cancer here. We've got some Scorpio energy. We've got Aries, Sagittarius, Leo energy. Tell me more. Tell me about this moon energy. There's something here that I feel is off, Aquarius, but you haven't quite put your finger on it. It feels like you are about to show up to this milestone. And the milestone is you're going to catch it before you get too far in. You're, I see you. It feels like somebody is like, I see you. Tell me about the moon energy, please. We've got the Queen of Wands. We've got the Four of Pentacles. And we've got the Page of Wands. So look, I feel like this person is somebody who calls the shots. So whether you're the feminine or the masculine, this person calls the shots. I wouldn't say they make you do things, Aquarius, but I would say they encourage you to do things by kind of badgering you into it. And this person thinks that they're the one in charge, and they are probably a fire sign. Whether they are the feminine or the masculine, whether you are the feminine or the masculine, it feels like there is somebody here who is not very grounded, who's very young, very immature. They're a person who doesn't mind taking risks. They'll jump right in head first into a relationship without getting to know someone first, because they're the ones that are trying to cultivate the relationship in fire. And we all know how hard it is to disconnect from someone who gives you good fire. We've all been there at one point or another. So the Four of Pentacles, it tells me here that you're apprehensive. You're apprehensive because this person is beautiful or handsome. They look good. They smell good. They're somebody who gives you a lot of excitement. It feels like you're about to have some sort of a breakthrough, and I think that's what the milestone is, because we do have card number 19, and that is the Sun. Forgiveness. I feel like you're about to forgive them and yourself for almost getting caught in a situation, that isn't going anywhere. The Eight of Wands is in the reverse. It's a realization that this is not going anywhere. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of passion. This person and I have so much chemistry. It's crazy off the hook good chemistry, but this person is also someone that cannot offer you anything stable. And they're quite immature. They're immature in the pentacle world, which means that they're someone who maybe doesn't work, or they have trouble keeping a job. Maybe they don't have a steady place to live. It feels like this is like the van life person. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying, please, I love van life. I love the van life channels. They're my favorite. But I'm saying that this is a person who doesn't necessarily, who likes to take risks, who isn't necessarily living for anyone but themselves. And when they meet someone along the way, it ends up being a lot of fun, but they're not looking for anything long term. Or if they are looking for something long term, they're looking for something long term because you might be the one who has the money and the stability. You might be the one who has the house. That's what it feels like here. And so I feel like this Nine of Swords up against the Courage card is not coincidence. I don't think any of this is. Tell me about the Page of Pentacles here, because it does feel like somebody doesn't have much and they're looking at you to supply the things that they don't have. And the reason they don't have much is because either they can't or they're not willing to settle down. Tell me about the Page of Pentacles. We have the Six of Swords. We have the Star. And we have the Three of Swords. There it is. It kind of tells the story, right? It does feel like there is going to be heartbreak here. I feel like you do feel a good connection to this person. I feel like you feel that you've manifested them here, and very well you may have. But the Six of Swords is telling me that this is a place that is temporary, that you will be moving on from this, or this person will be moving on from you. It does feel like you're about to have your heart broken. I don't like these readings, but I think I'm going to put it up anyway, because look, it can't all be flowers and sunshine, and that's the truth of it. But someone here is about to get their heart broken. In Aquarius, there's your card. You are the star. I feel like it's you who's going to get your heart broken here, because there is somebody here who doesn't necessarily, how can I say, it's not that they don't care. They just don't understand the gravity of the situation that you're in. I'm going to say that you've been through this before, where someone has tried to seduce you, take advantage of you, whichever way it is before. And what they don't realize is that you've been through this before, and you're about to have a breakthrough. You're about to realize it. And when you do, it's not going to be good. Look, we have the Eight of Cups and the Nine of Swords. You're coming to a place of a decision where you're like, I got to be out. This is not for me. Because somebody here is just trying to seduce you in order to get what they need for their life. And this is what sometimes when I talk about Aquarius, and maybe I haven't done it when I've done a reading for you, but this is what happens when somebody is looking for, a page is looking for an emperor, or a queen is looking for an empress, or a king is looking for an empress. It's a different vibrational level. And so that's what this feels like here. We have somebody here who's looking at cutting the line. They see that you are doing well for yourself, and that you are balanced and good, and they want to get in on that, but they don't want to have to work for it. Tell me about this. Two of Pentacles, the Four of Wands in the reverse, and the Nine of Swords. We have the Nine of Cups. We've got the Seven of Swords. You need to be open to see it, friend. And some people just aren't. And then we have the Empress here. So you must be open to see it. I was just saying about the Emperor and the Empress. I feel like you're in the Empress energy, whether you're the feminine or the masculine. You're somebody who has wisdom. You're somebody who's older. Look, there isn't a match between the pages and the Empress. There is not a match between the Empress and the Queens. The Empress's match is the Emperor. This is the one who is the lifetime companion, the one who thinks like them, mirrors them. This person, I feel, is somebody who is looking for someone who is going to hold them up, because they're not doing very well in their life, is what it feels like. Financially, for sure. But I think that they're used to getting what they want because they look good. It feels like they're used to getting what they want, but understand that the Knight of Wands is temporary energy, right? So the Knight of Wands, like we've got all the temporary energies here. We've got the Four of Wands in the reverse, which said this is not a soulmate match, but this is also not the one that you will be moving in with, the one that you will live with. The Nine of Cups says, be open to the Seven of Swords. Be open to seeing the deceit. Be open to looking at it from a different direction, from another perspective, because you are the one who is the giver, right? This is Taurus and Libra. Taurus is the overgiver. So you're a person who's already been overgiving to this person. I don't feel like it ends well for you. I feel the decision is going to be made to walk away here. Tell me about the Knight of Wands. What else do we need to know about the Knight of Wands, please? Queen of Cups in the reverse. The Sun is here. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like you're the one that brings all the material wealth. You're the one, you're going to realize that. You're the one who's stable. You're the one that brings the material wealth. You're the person who's trying to move at this slowly. The Queen of Wands and the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Wands are not moving at anything slowly. This person is trying to speed things up, because the Empress doesn't need to marry a banker because they've got their own money. They don't need to marry a chef because they got their own food. They don't, you know what I mean? They don't need to marry people to get what they want. They don't need to get people in relationships to buy them things because they have what they want. But a page does. A page doesn't have what they need. They don't have wisdom. They don't have money. This particular one does not. And so it feels like, I think you're going to have a hard time making a decision on this one. I'm just going to say. I feel like you're going to start looking at it from a different perspective, but I think you're supposed to be open to the Seven of Swords. Open, like the arms open for the Nine of Cups here, that it feels great at this moment, but you need to be open to seeing the Seven of Swords for what it is. Because I feel like right now, it's at your back, and I feel like you're turning your back to it because maybe you're having a lot of fun and that's what you want to do. The Sun is here. You will have a breakthrough. That the Queen of Cups in the reverse is here. You're going to realize that this person is draining you. Draining your energy, draining your empathy, draining your psychic knowledge. This person is just taking a straw and sucking it all up is what they're doing. And so the Sun is here. I feel like you have a breakthrough about what's going on here because you're not stupid. You know what's going on here. Tell me what the outcome is, please. Tell me what the outcome is for Aquarius, please. Got the Nine of Pentacles, King of Cups, and the Hanged Man. Perspective is what it is. Perspective after looking at it through deep emotion is what it is. And so I feel like you've taken your lifetime to build you to the Empress energy, and I feel like there's somebody here who is ready to take hold of your empire and claim it for their own. And I think you're about this close to giving it to them. That's what it feels like here. Four of Cups is here. It's going to be a lot of thinking, and then there will be communication, and the Devil comes up again. The Devil's right here. So the Devil comes up again. This person is looking to get you into a codependent relationship with them, fire and love, in order to get what they want. You got to be honest with them and yourself. I'm going to leave that right there. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I'm going to be back because I'm always back. Sorry, can't always be good news, guys. Love y'all. See you later. Bye-bye.